Hey guys, it's Emily and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be discussing Caleb's new solo card, Indulgent Scheme, and whether or not I think you should pull on it. If you're new to my channel, I'm going to give you the quick rundown so I can kind of move on with this, but basically I'm going to go over all of the components that you might want to know before pulling on Caleb's new card. I'm going to talk a little bit about battle, we're going to talk about the story itself, we're going to talk about the Kindled, and we're gonna just talk about things that are upcoming in the works and if you should put on it now or maybe hold off for a rerun. I mean, if you do want it, maybe do pull on it now because reruns kind of suck. But anyways, I'm changing up how I do battle a little bit. I feel like I could give you like a little bit more information than I have been giving, so for future videos, it's gonna be better. But anyways, Caleb's new card is Pink Stellachrome with an attack buff. Now normally this is when I go into a tangent about here's all of Caleb's other pink cards, but if you are a Caleb girl, you probably already know where this is going. Caleb only has one other pink card and it's a 4-star, and it was his New Year's card and it's called Intertwined Gold. And that's it. This is his first pink 5-star, which I'm sure we're going to see more of. But if you are a Caleb battle girly in need of some pink cards, here you go. And that's it. That's the battle portion. That's like I think the shortest I've ever done in one of these segments. Moving on into the story, basically I'm going to talk about the story in like a non-spoiler fashion, but give you a bit of my thoughts and feelings, but also like the premise of the story. After disappearing for a month, Caleb has returned to Lincoln after his mission, but while he's visiting, MC is still a bit on edge. This card itself has a very similar vibe to his Floating Floral Letter card, I think that's what it's called. It's the Spring and Flowers one. So if you liked that one, like I did, you'll probably also really enjoy this one as it delves deeper into a lot of the things going on in that one, where we were talking about MC's grief and from when she lost Caleb the first time and how she's kind of constantly on edge about losing him again. Every time he goes on a mission, he seems to be getting hurt, so I think she has very valid reasons for being worried. Need I remind you she's got like a touring chip in his head? So obviously she's got valid reasons for being worried, but you know, it is kind of taking a toll that, you know, she's constantly worried about him. And I mean, he kind of, you know, is the same about her. But anyways, that's not this card. But it's one that feels angsty because we are delving into MC's feelings about the situation and how her and Caleb are going to deal with this going forward. It's one of those cards that is a mix of all things in a way that balances everything out really nicely. We get really good development of their relationship, and I definitely think it's gonna be like one of those like cards that is going to change things for future cards, which I feel like a lot of Caleb's cards have done, but that I think is also partly because he's the most new love interest, and so they don't just release fluff cards for Caleb, they release like things that are moving the story forward a bit more. Whereas with other characters, we've kind of hit a point that it's a bit harder to do that. But there's really good relationship growth between the two of them. We're also just seeing good developments from the last card of his, which was Passionate Overload. They are very touchy-feely with each other, I noticed in this card. They were either like holding hands, they had their arms around each other, they were hugging, like there was lots of touchy-feeliness, which I mean, I think you can see in the Kindled if you've seen the preview for this one. But that continues even before the Kindled. There's a mix of all things. Some moments made me smile, some moments made me cry, which I mean, that's pretty typical for a Caleb card if I'm being honest. But there's a really good balance of those things. We get a lot of really sweet romantic moments, but we have things that they have to deal with to move forward in their relationship as well. The Kindled, very, very good. The Kindled is adorable. It's a mix of sweet and spicy. We get, you know, this domestic bliss of just the two of them being together in the morning, having breakfast. It's very much what the Caleb girlies have been wanting. I don't care if it's fan service or not. I think it's just accurate to Caleb. We get the male wife that we all want. Another thing to note is MC is actually pretty expressive, at least like in the beginning of this Kindled. She comes to like peek over at Caleb and see what she's doing, and we actually see her face move, and it's not just like the same blank expression she's like always wearing in these cards where she's just kind of smiling and stuff. No, like her face is moving, she's excited, and we get more emotion from her, which is very cool to see, because if we're getting this with Caleb's solo, hopefully this is something we are going to start to see a lot more in the Kindles. It's been nice seeing like MC more in cards and how much better the animation has got with her. So I'm hoping that this will be a trend continuing forward, you know, like we could see her sad in the myths, or, you know, expressing more emotion in these cards than she has previously. I hope this is a trend going forward. This whole scene is just very domestic and cute. It's one of my favorite Caleb Kindled for sure. And now this may be partially due to the lighting of this card, but Black MC is definitely more well seen than she can be in some other cards. The lighting is very bright, so I think that is partly what to do with it. I think more of the time the issue is like they make the lighting super dark and then they don't fix the lighting for Black MC, which is frustrating. But because this one is really bright, you can see her very, very well in comparison to other cards where like Xavier's Between Stars one, for example, where it's like you cannot see her. Again, I'm going to link someone down below who does post the Kindles of Black MC, so if you want to see what a darker MC would look like, check out that video below. Moving on to my personal opinion. Now, this one's a tough one. I think, oh, my dog has come to say hi. Here's Teddy. Isn't he cute? Aw, hi. He's come to find me because my mom has left and my mom's his favorite. But he's gonna be here for the end of the video, which I think suits this because Caleb's event right now is dog themed, so he's the mascot now. You get to be the mascot, Teddy. Congratulations. Oh, is Steve coming in here too? I might get 2 dogs. Wow, lucky me. Anyways, he'll be in my lap here. I think he's kind of disappeared. You can see his ear on camera. My personal opinion is a little bit tricky because on one hand, this is like the perfect card to pull for if you are a Caleb girly. It's pink for battle, which we don't have a pink 5-star for one. The story is so Caleb girly coded. I think if you are a Caleb girly, you will love this card. I think this is for you. It's honestly one of, if not my favorite Caleb card of the year. I guess it is in general. He's only been out this year, so I guess that's a general thing. And while the anniversary multi-banner is right around the corner and that is exciting, I do feel like, you know, I don't know what the anniversary multi is gonna be yet. I don't know what the theme is, but just based on how good this card is, I feel like this one would be the better of the two, but up to you to decide, you know, which one you'd rather. Would you rather try to get Caleb on a multi, or would you try to rather get Caleb now with his solo? But I think his solo story is probably gonna be better than the one in the multi. I don't know, obviously, because I haven't played it and it's not out yet. But that's just my prediction, just because I feel like this is just such a GOAT card. Like, it's so good. However, there is also the rerun of Caleb's X02 myth to think about. Reruns don't come with much, so unless you're planning on buying packs, you most likely will need 20,000-ish, I think, diamonds saved up to be able to guarantee getting both cards for his myth, because you will need both cards to play the story and also to get the battle companion. And as someone who has X02 and has been battling with it for, I guess since it came out in March, almost a year now, he's honestly very, very powerful. He works really well, and so he's definitely great to have if you are a Caleb battle girly. But I feel like, you know, given third myths typically have, I mean, I guess not always, there's King of Dark Knight, but, you know, his third myth could also be super powerful as well. We don't really know what it's gonna be and if it'll work well yet, but hopefully it will and it won't be another King of Dark Knight situation. So definitely, if you don't have X02, it could be wise to save for that. But then that would be disappointing because then you'd be missing out on this like really good card. But again, there is always YouTube if, you know, you're feeling the FOMO and you're like, no, I have to stay strong. I have to get the battle companion because it's gonna help me grind more diamonds. Because I think if it wasn't for that, I would have told you just to pull on this, like, no question, like, just go for it. But because of the upcoming events we have going on, it's definitely something a bit more to think about. However, right now we currently have a heartfelt gift going on where we are getting 2,000 diamonds for free alongside our regular dailies, you know, whatever grinding methods you use to get diamonds. And with the anniversary coming up, there'll definitely be rewards. I can't guarantee you that they're gonna be good, but I'm sure there will be at least something to help you a little bit. So depending where you're at in diamonds, you know, use your own discretion. If you think that you could pull on this card and you still wanted to get like X02 in the future, then sure. I was really lucky because my pity was low and it was guaranteed that I was able to get Caleb, I think in like 20 pulls, and then I pulled to 50 to get the pose. But it's unfortunate because if we didn't have all these back-to-back things for Caleb, I totally would say pull it. But just because of everything kind of coming back to back together with him, it's definitely tricky to find out. So, you know, that's partly why I wanted to make this video, is to discuss all of that and decide, you know, for yourself if it's worth it. I think the real thing more so is like, do you want the solo or do you want to get his myth? And I'm, you know, solely talking for Caleb. Like obviously if you're a multi-main and someone who pulls on more than one character, then that might be also something to take in consideration. It's like, okay, you know, I guess depends how much you love Caleb, or if you love another character more and you're more excited to what the anniversary multi could be. At least with Caleb right now, you do kind of know what it is, what you're gonna get. But I really do think it's a wonderful card. I think it'll help you in battle with having pink cards, and which will help you in the Cedar Hunter contest. And I also think it's overall just like a wonderful story. I think it's an enjoyable playthrough, and it was a good time overall. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that this video could help you make up your mind if you wanted to pull or not. I really feel bad for the Caleb girlies because I just feel like this is such like poor timing for his solo to come out. I kind of wish it came out, him and Raphael like swapped, right? That Raphael's was the one coming out now and Caleb was the one coming out in November. Because I feel like that at least would give Caleb girly some time to like save up a bit for, you know, the anniversary or X02. And so it's really unfortunate because I do really feel like X02 is worth it to get, just, you know, not only for the story, but just even like on a battlefront. I think that's really useful to have, as it'll help you grind more diamonds in the game. But I truly do feel like it's one of Caleb's best cards, and so I feel like, you know, having to wait for a rerun could also be difficult, but I think it's a really good one. So anyways, I'm kind of leaving you mixed. I gave my thoughts and feelings. If you do decide to pull on this card, Apple Girlies, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you get them in 10 pulls and that, you know, you now are able to save for X02 because you just got really lucky and now you can get both. I hope that works out for you. I think I'm gonna have to skip X02, which I'm really upset about because I do already have it, but I did want to rank it up because I'm on R0, so I really wanted to rank it up, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to with all of the back-to-back stuff, so that's really unfortunate. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more of my lovely face. And if you do want to see more of my lovely face, my Instagram and my TikTok are also in the description, where I also post about Love and Deep Space a little bit. Let me know if you are planning on pulling, and if you did pull already and you just want to watch this just because you want to see me. Let me know your thoughts on the card. Did you like it? And I think that is all I have for you today. So I will see you guys soon, very soon, with a new video. See you guys later. Bye!